Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
So today we are going to start a new chapter from the class 12, that is light. Okay. So light is a part of electromagnetic spectrum. Light is a part of electromagnetic spectrum. Yes or no? So how the electromagnetic spectrum is forms? Whenever the extreme orbital of a electron is jumped to the ground state orbital of a electron with a high frequency, then what will happen? It will release the energy in the form of heat and light. That releasing of the energy will forms a spectrum. That spectrum we can call as an electromagnetic spectrum. Are you getting my point? So how the electromagnetic spectrum and how many waves are there, we are going to see. It is an introduction of a light, from where the light is coming and what is its nature, everything will going to be learned with a clear conceptual manner. Okay. See here, light is a part of electromagnetic spectrum. How the electromagnetic spectrum is forms? See here, whenever, let's consider this is an nucleus and it is an orbits. For example, if the extreme, this is an electron, this electron is revolving in the orbit, yes or no? Whenever this electron is jumped to the ground state orbit, from the extreme orbital to ground state orbital, then what will happen? The energy will be released in the form of heat and light. Whenever this energy released, this energy will form the electromagnetic spectrum. In the electromagnetic spectrum, see here, I'll going to be write the what are the waves are there here. One is a gamma rays, X rays, then UV rays, visible spectrum, okay, then IR rays, then microwaves, then radio waves. See,
What is this?
yeah, before the gamma rays, the cosmic rays is also will come here. Cosmic rays also will come. Okay, but most of the time we are going to be take the this total spectrum. If you want, you can write here cosmic rays. Understand? So now here this total is an electromagnetic spectrum. See here, this total is an electromagnetic spectrum. In this electromagnetic spectrum, how many rays are there? See here, cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, UV rays, visible spectrum, IR rays, microwaves and radio waves. See, this visible spectrum is there, right? This visible spectrum is nothing but it is a light. It only visible to our naked eyes. So in the total spectrum, only we can able to see the visible spectrum. In this visible spectrum, the range of the visible spectrum is, see here, it is 400 nanometer to 750 nanometer. Otherwise, 4 into 10 to the power of minus 7 meter to 7 into 10 to the power of minus 7 meter. This is the range of the wavelength. This range only we can be able to see with our naked eyes. See here, the visual spectrum. Here we are saying again the spectrum, because this is the light, white light. The white light will have the combination of again 7 colors. We know that. Which are those? VIBGR. Which are those, my dears? VIBGR. So VIBGR: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. This again the visible spectrums, which is comes from the this 7 colors, which is comes from a white light. Got it? So this arrangement we arrange in a sequence order. What is the sequence order? Here the sequence order is from, okay, from here, see here, left to right. What will happen? The wavelength is increases, okay, wavelength is increases and frequency is decreases. This arrangement is wavelength increases of wavelength and decrease of frequency. Wavelength is increases and frequency is decreases. That means which ray will have the more wavelength? Which way we will have the more wavelength? Which one? See here the arrangement is increasing of the wavelength and decreasing of frequency. When we are going from left to right, the wavelength is increases and frequency is decreases. That means whose rays will have the more wavelength? Which one? Is it cosmic or radio waves? Radio waves? Yes or no? Which has the less frequency? Less frequency. Radio waves only. Yes or no? More frequency? Cosmic. Less wavelength? Cosmic rays. When we come to the visual spectrum, the visual spectrum is also, we wrote as an VIBGR, this is also in the same order. That means which color of light will have the more wavelength? Very good. It is a red. Which color of light will have the more frequency? Violet. Yes or no? Correct. Good. So this is the arrangement. See here, this is the electromagnetic spectrum. So in this electromagnetic radiation, there are two major radiations will be there. One is an electric field, another is an magnetic field. See here, I am going to draw here electric field and magnetic field, how it can be represented. See here, I am going to draw this. Okay. So let it be this. So here see here, again it will come like this. It will go like this. See here. See, I am drawing in 3D shape so that you can understand very easily how the electric field and magnetic field will travel to each other. See here. Are you getting a 3D view? Yes or no? Is it appears? See here. I'll dry a little bit. See now. Are you getting my point? See here. So this is an electric field and it is an magnetic field. This is an magnetic field. This how it will goes. Okay. Got it, my dears? See here, one is an electric field, another is an magnetic field. It will go like this. Okay, electric field and magnetic field will be an perpendicular to each other. Yes or no? Got it, everyone? So in this form, the energy will goes. Yes. Now see here, whenever the wave is travel, See, these are all the rays will travel in transversive wave. These are all the transversive wave. Are you getting my point? These are all transversive waves. See here, whenever, see, it will go like this. It will go in the form of crust and trough. It will go in the form of crust and trough. It will go in that form of crust and trough. See here, whenever when we are taking a rope and once we jerk it, then what will happen? It will go in the form of wave. Yes or no? It will form the wave, right? So who will travel? Is it particle will travel or the energy is travel? Who will travel? Energy, right? The particle of the rope will be stay there only. Yes or no? The particles in the rope will be remains stay there only. It's constant. Whenever we are going to give the jerk, the energy which I am producing by my hand, it will be travel in the form of transversive wave, in the form of crust and trough. Yes or no? And the energy will travel from one point to another point. Then here what is travel? Energy. Energy is travel. Yes or no? Not a particle. Not a particle. Not a particles. Yes or no? Energy is travel but not a particle. Are you getting my point? So these are all the waves. The electromagnetic spectrum, okay, is travel in a vacuum with the speed of 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. How much, my dears? All the spectrum, this total, all the electromagnetic spectrum is travel in the speed of how much? See here, c is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. That means to say that 3 lakhs kilometer per second. Yes or no? 3 into 10 power 8 means 3 lakhs kilometer. When we are converted into kilometer, then it is comes as in 3 lakhs kilometer per second. Okay, where in vacuum. It is travel in vacuum is 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. How this value is came? This value will come. See here, c is equal to 1 upon root of mu naught into epsilon naught. Okay, see here, mu naught is nothing but free space permeability. Epsilon naught is nothing but free space permittivity. It is a magnetic property, it is an electrostatic property, electric property. Yes or no? So combination of both, the value will come as an 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Okay, so the visual spectrum is also a part of electromagnetic spectrum. That's why the light is also travel with the same speed. C is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second in a vacuum. Okay, speed of the light, is it a constant value? No, it is not a constant value, because the speed of the light is different in different medium. In which medium it is? In vacuum. Yes, where it is moving in a absolute medium like a water, glass, steel. Okay, if it is moving in a different medium, then the speed of the light is different. Okay, so here I am going to write speed of the light is different in different mediums. Okay, if you take as an example vacuum or air, approximately we will take both of them. C is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. If you take as a glass, okay, in the glass C is equal to 2.25 into 10 power 8 meter per second. If you take as an let it be as an, see, it is not a glass, it is an water. It is in water. If you take a glass, in the glass C is equal to 2 into 10 power 8 meter per second. So that means in different mediums the speed of the light is different. Are you getting my point, everyone? So once we comes here, the wavelength is nothing but, see here, from this to here it is an wavelength. That means when we are taking the starting of the rope, once we give the jerk, completely one crust has to form, completely one trough has to form. The distance between the successive crust and the successive trough is called wavelength. See here, once we give like this, then this total successive crust and successive trough, the length between the successive crust and successive trough is called as an wavelength. Yes or no? Are you getting my point? So wavelength lambda is equal to velocity into time. Yes or no? So here t is nothing but what? Time period. What is the t here? Time period. See here, this time period v is lambda is equal to v. Time period is an 1 upon the frequency. Yes or no? Time period t is equal to 1 by f. So we can write as an 1 by f. See here, v is equal to f lambda. You might heard this equation. Yes or no? V is equal to f lambda. Otherwise, in some books they are going to write v is equal to nu lambda. Okay, here nu is nothing but frequency. Nu is nothing but frequency. Frequency we can be denoted with f or nu letter. Okay, both are the same thing. Are you getting my point, everyone? So what we learnt now? It is only the basics where the light is coming. Light is a part of electromagnetic spectrum. The range is, the wavelength range is 400 nanometer to 750 nanometer. This visual spectrum only can be seen by our naked eyes. Remaining all the rays we can't be able to see. See, in your day-to-day life, you might be went for X-rays, to take X-rays. Yes or no? So once we are taking the X-rays, the X-ray person, he will going to press the button. Immediately what will happen? The rays will come and it will be penetrated through our body. Yes or no? But we can't see that rays. We can see the photograph of the X-rays. Whatever we are seeing, that is the photograph of the X-rays, but not a X-ray. X-ray can't be visible. So it will come and it will penetrate to our body and it will paste it on the photo. Okay, are you getting my point? That is an X-ray can't be able to see, UV rays can't be able to see, gamma rays is can't able to see, IR rays we can't be able to see, microwaves and radio waves. We can able to see only the visible spectrum. The range is, this is the range. Are you getting my point? Can you please make a note of it? Then we can go for the detailed of the light. Okay, can you please make a note of it? So we clearly understand that light is a part of electromagnetic spectrum that only can be visible by our naked eyes. Now how can we define the light as a definition? Light, see here, light is a form of energy. Yes or no? It is a form of energy. See here, it is a form of energy. It is a form of energy which makes the sensation of vision, which makes the sensation of vision. Okay, light is a form of energy which make the sensation of vision. Okay, so whatever the things we are seeing here in our surroundings, it's only due to the light. If the light is not present, then we can't able to see anything. Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Yes or no? So for example, if this total room is become dark, then can we able to see? No, we can't able to see. How the objects are appears? See, whenever the light is fall onto the object and it will be reflected back and fall into our eye, then only the eye can be recognized the something object is there. So color, how the colors will appears? Yes or no? The board is green and my shirt is white. Yes or no? How these colors will appears? Red, yes or no? Green. So whenever the white light is fall onto the object, for example consider red object is there. Okay, so red color object is there and blue color object is there. So what will happen when the white light is fall onto this object? White light is has the combination of 7 colors. Yes or no? All the 7 colors. See here. So all the 7 colors will going to be fall onto the red. Yes or no? So what will happen now? All these colors, see, in the same manner it will be fall onto the blue as well. See here like this. So whenever all these colors will be fall onto the red color, then what the object, red color object will do, it will be reflected back only the red color, remaining all the colors will be, what will, it will be, what we can say, it is going to be dispersion of light we can call it. Okay, it is going to be absorb all the colors and only red color will going to be reflected back. When all the colors will fall onto the blue color, then what will happen, blue color of the object will absorb all the colors and only it will be reflected back the blue color light. Okay, that is how the colors will appear to our eye. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? So now what will happen here? So we wrote the definition, light is a form of energy which makes the sensation of vision. Got it? So now how can we represent the light on the paper? So if you want to represent the light, so how can we represent? So if you write light, then show. If you show to the others, how can we understand which type of light, how the light rays is going, how it will be, yes or no, how the image is formed. These are all the things. How the light will travel from one medium to another medium, what will happen. These are all the things. How can we represent? We can represent in the form of rays. How can we represent? It is in the form of ray. Yes or no? See here, actually the light is mainly optics is mainly two topics. Okay, see here, optics is 2 parts. One is an ray optics. Second is an wave optics. Got it? So ray optic means whenever the light ray is passed through the object, the dimensionally it is bigger than the wavelength of the light, then the light is act as a normal behavior. Thus all the normal behaviors will studied under ray optics. Are you getting my point? If the light ray is passed through the object which dimensionally comparative to the wavelength of the light will be smaller or equal. Wavelength of the light is how much, my dears? I said that how much? 400 nanometer to 750 nanometers. If I am taking as an 4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 centimeter, then it will comes as approximately, it is equal to the wavelength of a light. Yes or no? So that small, for example, if you take a needle and we are posed to the paper, small hole, very small hole, comparatively as equal to the wavelength of the light, small hole, very small. Then when the light is passed through that small hole, the light will be not act as a normal behavior, it will has a different unique behavior. That behavior of the light we can learn under the wave optics. See here, in the ray optic we are going to learn reflection. Okay, reflection, refraction, refraction. These two phenomena we are going to learn under ray optics. Dispersion of light also we can, dispersion. Okay, dispersion. Here under the wave optics we are going to be learn the phenomena of, one is an reflection, refraction. Okay, here interference, diffraction, polarization. These are all the properties we are going to be learned under the wave optics. These are all the properties we are going to learn under the ray optic. Got it? So in the ray optics, simple we can say that the light is passed through the dimension is bigger than the wavelength of the light, then it will be act as a normal. So reflection, refraction, dispersion, these are all the things we are going to learn under ray optics. And when the light rays travel through the very small dimensional object which is comparatively the equal or less than the wavelength of the light, then the light will behave as a unique behavior. That behavior we can learned under the wave optics, that is an interference, diffraction and polarization. Are you getting my point? Simple? Yeah. So now, how the light is represent? Light will be represented in the form of ray. Ray is nothing but, ray is a path of light. Ray is a path of light. So it can be represented, see here, it can be represented, see I am going to write here, it will be represented as an arrow mark, will be represented with arrow mark. So this is the ray. See, for example, if there is an object is there here, this is an object. From this object, how the rays will going to be comes out? The rays will comes in all the direction. So this is an all the rays. This is how we can be represent. Yes or no? If it is an object, from the object, light rays will be comes out. Infinite number of rays will be comes out from the object. Are you getting my point? Clear everyone? Understand? So it is a ray. One ray will be there or infinite number of rays? Infinite number of rays will be comes out from the object. Yes or no? So the collection of rays we can call as an beam of rays. What we can call? Beam of rays. So shall I write here? Beam of ray. So what is the beam of ray? The bundle of or collection of light rays. Collection of rays is called beam of ray. Beam of ray. Okay. So that means like this. So number of rays will be there. Collection of rays like this. Collection of rays we can call as an beam of rays. Okay. In this we can also classified as an parallel beam of rays, converging beam of rays, diverging beam of rays. Okay. See here I will write parallel beam of rays. Parallel beam of rays. So parallel beam of rays means the rays should be on parallel to each other like this. Okay. So if it is on parallel to each other, then this rays we can call as an parallel beam of rays. See, in the same manner, converging beam of rays. Converging beam of rays. Converging beam of rays means all the rays will be meet to the common point. All the rays should be meet to the common point. See here how it will be. See, the light ray should be meet to the common end point. It will meet to the one point we can call as an converging beam of rays. For example, diverging beam of rays. Another is diverging beam of rays. So diverging beam of rays means the ray should be comes out from the common point. See like this. See here, same diagram can also be right. See here. Now the direction of the light rays is should be out from the common point. See here, all the rays coming from the common point. If the light rays is coming from the common point, it is we can call as a diverging beam of rays. It will be converted to the common point, we can call as a converting beam of rays. If it is a travel parallel to each other, then we can call as a parallel beam of rays. Are you getting my point everything? Are you clear with the concept?
Sir.
Yes or no? Can you please make a note of it? Then we can go further. Okay, now we are going to be learn about ray optics. Okay, in the ray optics we are going to learn the first phenomenon, that is an reflection of light. Okay, so we will start ray optics. In the ray optics, the first phenomenon we are going to learn here is reflection of light. So reflection of light is nothing but whenever the light is fall onto the object and the object is reflected back the light rays, those light rays will comes from the object and fall in our eye. Then the eye can recognize the object. Okay, so that phenomenon we can call as an reflection. So how can we define the definition of reflection? Simple. The reflection is nothing but bouncing back of a property of light. Okay, bouncing back property of a light in a same medium. is called as an reflection. How can we write? When the light ray, see here, when a light ray strike to the boundaries of two mediums such as air, glass or air water, whatever it may be. Okay, boundaries of two mediums such as air and glass, it bounce back in a first medium. Bounce back into the first medium. For example, if consider this is a mirror, when the light is travel from the air, yes or no, and once it is strike to the mirror and it will be reflected back, that means the reflection of the light will be on remains in the air only, yes or no. That bouncing back property in the first medium itself we can call as an reflection. Got it? First medium is called reflection. Simple. Understand? Clearly understand everyone? Yes or no? For example, if there is an water surface is there, the light is coming from the air, and once is whenever we are going to be see in the water, what will happen? Our image is forms on the water. Yes or no? So what will happen? The light rays will be comes from the source of light and it is fall onto the water, then reflected back, and the reflection of the light rays is enters into our eyes, then eye will recognize the image of an object. Yes or no? So that bouncing back property in the first medium we can call as an reflection. It is coming from the air and reflected back in the air. Are you getting my point? So that is a reflection of light. So here law of reflection. There are two laws are there. Okay, there are two laws are there, reflection of light. Okay, so first we can write as an angle I is equal to angle R. Angle I is equal to angle R. That means angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. Okay, so that is the first law. What the second law says that, see here, second law, shall I write here? I will going to write here second law. This is the first law, that is the second law. See what the second law says that incident ray reflected ray and normal should lie onto the same plane. On the same plane. Should lie onto the same plane. Understand? At the point of incident. Okay. It should be lie onto the same plane at the point of see here simply how it will be. For example, if I am taking the chalk pieces, okay, if this is the incident ray, okay, this is the incident ray and this is the normal, okay, here surface is there, mirror is there, let's consider this is a mirror, okay. So on this mirror, if the incident ray and the normal, this is the normal is nothing but perpendicular of the surface. If the incident ray is fall here, the reflected ray should not be goes like this in the different plane, it should be come into the same plane, it should be like this. Are you getting my point? Understand? So I am going to draw the 3D image so that you can understand very clearly. See here, See here. See, this is the plane. For example, here, this is the normal. Yes or no? It is the normal, right? So this is the incident ray, and it is a reflected ray. So all these rays should be lie onto the same plane. This is the normal. Are you getting my point? Is it appears to you? Is the 3D? Got it? Understand? See, 3D imagination. This is the plane. In this plane only all the 3 rays are lie onto the same plane. For example, if it is a board is a plane, then if the incident ray comes through this board plane, then reflected ray is also goes from the same plane, and normal also should be lie onto the same plane. So incident ray, normal, and see here, incident ray, reflected ray, both will be on same plane, but normal should not be like this. Are you getting my point? It also be on the same plane. So that law we can call as an second law of reflection. So incident ray, normal, and reflected ray, all the 3 rays should be lie onto the same plane, and it should be lie at the point of incident. Are you getting my point? Got it everyone clearly? So this ray is called as an incident ray, this ray is called as an reflected ray, this is an normal. So see here, I am going to draw. So this is the surface, and it is a normal. Now this line, this ray is called as an incident ray, and this is called as an reflected ray. This is the original path of light ray. Yes or no? This is the original path. Yes or no? This is the original path. So the angle between incident ray to the normal is called as an angle of incident. The angle between the normal to the reflected ray is called as an angle of reflection. Are you getting my point? And this angle we can call as an angle of deviation, that we can denote it with an delta. Are you getting my point? Angle of deviation is nothing but the angle between the original path of the incident ray and to the reflected ray. Actually, if the mirror is not there here, if we consider if this is the mirror is not there here, then what will happen? This ray will go in the straight line. So this ray is diverted into the reflected ray. So this is an angle of deviation. That much angle is deviated. Yes or no? So this is an angle of deviation. This angle we can call as an glance angle or grazed angle. What we can call? Glance angle or grazed angle. This is also glance angle. This is also glance angle. See here, I is equal to angle of incident, and R is equal to angle of reflection, and delta is equal to angle of deviation, and G is equal to glance, or sometimes we can call as an grazed angle. Are you getting my point, everyone? Do you understand clearly? See here, if you want the relation of the delta, see here, delta is equal to how much, my dears? Delta is equal to, see, 180. This is a straight line, right? 180 minus 180 minus I plus R. Yes or no? So that is equal to 180. I is equal to R, right? According to the first rule, I is equal to R. That means 180 minus 2I. R we can also write as an 180 minus 2R. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? In the same manner, if you want to write the glance angle, see here, glance angle I am going to write here. G is equal to 90. This total angle is a 90. 90 minus I is equal to G. See here, 90 minus I is equal to G. So if you want to write in terms of relation with the G and delta, then how can we write here? I is nothing but, my dears, See from here I is equal to 90 minus g. So delta is equal to 180 minus 2 into 90 minus g. Yes or no? That is equal to delta is equal to 2g. Are you getting my point? So any one angle, if you know that, then we can find out all other angles. If you know the angle of incident, then we can find out the angle of reflection, glance angle and angle of deviation. Yes or no? With these relations. Got it? So if any one angle we know that, then we can find out easily. So if the angle is given as an angle of incident and angle of reflection, both combination also if you give, then also we can be able to find out very easily. Are you getting my point? So can you please make a note of it, then we can continue the class. So we are going to learn now about reflections, yes or no? The first law of reflection and second law of reflection. Both the reflections of laws we understand very clear conceptual manner. See, actually reflections are two types of reflections are there. One is an regular reflection, we can also call as an specular reflection. Another is an irregular reflections. See, what is that? What is the meaning of that? We are going to understand here. Regular reflection. This is also called as an specular reflection. Okay. So what is the meaning is, whenever we are taking a smooth surface, it is an smooth surface. Let's consider as a mirror. Okay, smooth surface. So what will happen here? Whenever the parallel beam of rays like this, the parallel beam of rays is strike to the smooth surfaces, then what will happen? The reflected rays is also be an parallel to each other like this. See here, it will be parallel to, see, all the incident rays are parallel to each other, then all the reflected rays is also parallel. When will happen? It is whenever it will be strike to the smooth surfaces. Are you getting my point? So this type of reflection we can call as an regular reflection. So why? Because their normals, if you draw the normals here, this normals is also, see here, this normals is also parallel to each other. This type of reflection we can call as an regular reflection. So irregular reflection means irregular reflections, or we can also call as a diffused reflections. Diffused reflection. So what will happen here? Irregular reflections means whenever the light rays are reflected in a smooth, not a smooth surface, now it is a rough surface. See here, for example, consider this is a rough surface. Okay, surface will be there like this, rough surface. Okay, so this total is a rough surface. Rough surface is there here. This total is a rough surface like this. Some rough surface is there. Okay, so like this the rough surfaces are there, not a smooth. Then what will happen when the, see here, when the parallel beam of rays, again here also is a parallel beam of rays, when the parallel beam of rays is strike to the rough surfaces, see here like this, when the parallel beam of rays are strike to the rough surfaces, then what will happen? The reflected rays will not be on parallel to each other. The reflected ray will not be parallel to each other. See here, the reflected rays are not parallel. But see here, the normals is also not a parallel to each other here. See, the normals is somewhere else here. See, this is an, it will come here. Angle of incident is equal to angle of reflection. So once we draw here, see, this is, so normals are not in a parallel. So whenever the normals will not be in a parallel, then the reflections will comes as an irregular reflections. Are you getting my point? Very clearly. So whenever the light rays is, what is the conceptual understanding here? The conceptual understanding is, whenever the light rays is strike to the smooth surface, then the reflections we can call as an regular reflections, and the reflections from the rough surfaces is called as an irregular reflections. Here parallel rays is again parallel reflected rays are there. Here parallel incident rays is incident. The reflected rays is not a parallel. Even the normals is also not a parallel. Got it? Understand? So this is the two types of reflection. But the law of reflections is valid for all types of surfaces. Okay, this is a very important. Okay, important point. What the important point? Law of reflections. Law of reflection is both the laws. So laws of reflection are valid all type of surfaces, valid for all type of surfaces, whether a smooth surface or whether a rough surface or whether a curved surfaces, whatever the surfaces it may be, the law of reflections are valid. That means angle I is equal to angle R, and second law is incident ray, normal and reflected ray will be an line to the same plane at the point of incident. Okay, got it? Are you getting my point? Yes or no?
Sir.
So now we are going to be learn about the image formation by a plane mirror. Okay, so actually what is the objects? There are two types of objects are there. One is an point object. This object we can call as an point object. The dimension of the object should be an very small, that is same like a dot. Then that type of object we can call as an point object. Extended object. See here, extended object means the dimension of the object should be an more. Dimension is more, big dimension. The extended object will be represented with a arrow mark. Yes or no? So this is what is this? Extended object. This is the point object and it is an extended object. Okay. For example, see here how the plane mirror will going to be form the image. If you are taking as an point object, let's consider, I am going to draw here, this is a point object. So how we have to draw? See here, first normal, when the light ray is traveled through the normal, then what will happen? It will be reflected back through the normal. Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Then if you take another ray here, see here, we have to extend this back of the mirror. See, the image formed by a mirror, the distance of an object is equal to distance of image. Distance of image. Okay. Now see here, if you are taking as an, see, it will comes like this. Yes or no? Now if you take another ray, this ray will be reflected back like this. See here. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? This rays will going to be, see, if you draw the eye here, see what will happen. This is the object, point object, right? From the point object, the rays are coming and it will fall into the eye. Then eye can be recognized the object. If in front of the object there is a mirror, then what will happen? This eye can also be see the image. Yes or no? But behind the mirror, is there any object? No. So who will place the object? Is a mirror. Mirror is forms the image, but for the eye, the image is looks like an object. Yes or no? So what will happen? See here, all these rays, reflected back rays is also fall into the eye. Then the eye will going to be recognize the image. Yes or no? So the eye is considered that here is also another object is there. Instead of image, what the eye will recognize? Something else, something another object is also is there. So for example, if you are standing in front of the mirror, then our total image will be formed by the mirror. Yes or no? So our eye will see only the our image, but how the eye will recognize? Eye will says that some object is there. Yes or no? Behind the mirror, is there any object? No. Even though the eye can able to see the object. So that means the mirror is forms the image of an object. Are you getting my point? See here, exactly the distance of the object is equal to distance of the image from the mirror. The first point what we have to remember. Second point, the image formed by the plane mirror. The image, it is an plane mirror, right? Plane mirror. So what are the points we have to remember? First point is an distance of the object is equal to distance of the image. Second point what we have to remember, yes or no, the size of the image, the size of the object is equal to size of the image formed by the plane mirror. Third point is the image formed by the mirror is an laterally inverted. That means the left hand is appears as an right hand and right hand is appears as a left hand. So these are all the 3 points we have to remember. First point is distance of object is equal to image, distance of image. Second point, size of object is equal to size of image. Third point, the image formed by the plane mirror is laterally inverted. Laterally inverted image. Are you getting my point? So laterally inverted is nothing but, see here, if you are taking as an L letter here, so this L letter, how it is appears in the mirror, it will be appears like this. See here. Yes or no? It will be appears. See, that means to say that it is vertically 180 degrees is rotate. It is rotate vertically 180 degrees. If the object is rotate vertically 180 degrees, then that image we can call as an lateral inverted. If it is horizontally 180 degrees is rotate, then what we can call? It is an inverted image. See, for example, this is the mirror. Then now how it will be formed? It will be formed like this. L letter will be formed like this. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yeah. If it is a mirror, then here what will happen? 180 degrees. See here, total 180 degrees. It will be rotate horizontally. Once it is horizontally is rotate 180 degrees, then we can call as an inverted image. Inverted image. Okay, that means to say that the head as appears to the, how head will come to the down and bottom of the foot is will comes up. That is an inverted. It is an laterally inverted. That is why whenever we are standing in front of the mirror and if we are eating with our right hand, if once we see in the mirror, what will happen? It appears to we are eating with the left hand. Yes or no? In the same manner, if you are writing the letters and if you see in the mirror, then what will happen? All the letters will be an inverted, laterally inverted. That is why, so whenever the ambulance will come, yes, an ambulance, on the ambulance front of the ambulance, what will happen? They are writing in the lateral words. Yes or no? Reversely they are wrote. Why? Because whenever the vehicle is going on in front of the ambulance, when the ambulance will come behind the vehicle, the driver will see in the rear view mirrors. Once he will see the rear view mirror, what will happen? That letters which is writing onto the ambulance reversely, that will be appears as an exactly correctly. So that's why the driver can able to read the letters of an ambulance and he will give the side to go for the ambulance. That is why in the ambulance, in the fire engines, the emergency vehicles are there, right? In the emergency vehicles, front of the emergency vehicles, it will write as an reverse form, that is in lateral form. Okay, so that the front of the vehicles can give the side to them. Are you getting my point? Clearly? So the plane mirror, the image formation by the plane mirror like this. Okay, if you take as an point object or extended object, however it may be, we can able to draw the image formation. So first we have to learn the image formation by a plane mirror. How can we plotted the image by a plane mirror? Yes or no? We will continue the lesson. Can you please make a note of it? Okay, my dear students, today we learnt all about the introduction of light. Yes or no? Do you understand very clearly?
Yes, sir.
What is the light? From where the light is came? Okay, then what is the law of reflection? First law of reflection, second law of reflection. Okay, regular reflection, irregular reflection. Then what is the point object, extended object, and image formed by the plane mirror. Okay, these are all the things we learnt it in the introduction class. I hope you understand that very clearly today's class. Then tomorrow onwards we will going to be learnt the depth of the light chapter. The real light chapter will going to be start on tomorrow's class onwards. Okay, so can you please be prepared of the basics what we learnt it so far. Then come down to the tomorrow class. We will going to be learn very depth manner in the light. Okay.